Hello again, and welcome back to another tutorial in the camera and lens repair. And this time I will try to, maybe remove some old fungus in this Mamiya-Sekor Z. And it's the 127 millimeter lens, and it's a 3.8 and it's the wide, or the W, and it's for the Mamiya, or Mamiya, maybe someone said, I don't know, Mamiya RZ67. So let's have a look inside this fine lens. The lens itself is actually working. Oh, you zoom out a little, sorry. The lens is actually working pretty good. I mean, the shutter and the aperture is working fine as it should, but there is an issue with this lens because of way too much dirt and fungus. You probably can see. Not good. There's something on the front, and there's also something inside the back lens group, on the inside the concave surface. I mean, I have taken a sneak peek into this lens because I want to prepare what should I use of tools and so on before I actually make the video. It will make it easier for you to understand, hopefully. So let's go into it. We need some tools, actually. And the best thing is to, if you want to repair lenses or cameras, this set of 6 pieces of rubber in different dimension. You can get them on japanhobbytool.com. And it's absolutely great to disassemble lenses like this, or many other, or some parts on the camera. We need some cotton buds, and we also need some nail polish remover, and with acetone, or you could just use pure acetone. Well, it's a bit dangerous. I mean, yeah, it could be. I will use some Zippo to actually clean the lens after I use the hydrogen peroxide. And I know this is spelled wrong. There should be a line between this. So hydrogen peroxide 3%. Well, I have an old glass bottle where it's, I live in Denmark, well, where the hydrogen peroxide is in one word. So, but maybe it's different in other countries. Now, we also need some lens tissues, which is I prefer the PEC-PAD non-abrasive wipes, which is absolutely great. And in some cases I cut them in smaller pieces because it makes it more economical to work with tiny lenses. So we will also use some of those rubber tools in different size, because it's very good to have a stand, kind of a place you can put the lens when you clean it. This is a part of a set of 9 different, where you can get them on Amazon. It's called lens. I will put a link to all those tools in the description. So let's see how we can do. Maybe I don't know, if some lenses, maybe your lens or others' lens, it can be necessary to have a lens spanner. So this is just an old compass, or this one, just a adjustable and lockable, which is good because I mean, those I have filed and grind to actually work with different cameras and lenses. It's also good when repair some cameras actually. Now let's get to work. So to get into this nice lens, we need to get we need the rubber tool, and I think I will begin with the front lens group, this one here. And I need to take off the front, it's not a name ring but a cover, and for that I can just use my some of the cones here, and I use the number 6. There is a number on all those rubbers cones for 1 to 6, but I can simply just put it on and it should be without any problem. Take it, unscrew it counterclockwise. So there's no damage of when using these rubber tools. So you can see it's just plastic. Now, and then we are facing the actual front lens group, where you can see it here. And so how to get into that? I mean, I could use my lens tool, because there are some notches here, one there and there's one there. The inner ring here with the other notch here and there, it's for the it's actually the retaining ring that holds the front lens into place. So well, I will just use my rubber tool here and have a good press on the front, because it will actually, I think it will work pretty good. Maybe the retaining ring comes off first, who knows, but I have to go into it anyway. So just put it on here and let's have a good press on it and off. Okay, that's fine. Then the lens come out in one full block and then we have then we can actually look into this is part of the shutter in here, which actually works pretty good. Take care of when you assemble the lens not to damage those wires, because they sit pretty close to the edge here. I mean, in some cases it could be a problem, because then the shutter will not work, or the aperture will not work. I mean, it will not send any signal back to the camera. Now, so we make some lens cleaning. See, in this lens they have used some kind of lacquer or something. It's it could be nail polish or something. It's good to actually lock a screw or a thread in some way. You can see here, if we have a torch, possibly you can see there is a lot of fungus there, right there. And is it possible to actually get it to a good condition? I mean, this one looks really bad, so even if I just do so, nothing really will happen. So is it possible to remove it? Yeah, let's take a look at it. I will use a rubber thingy here as a stand for my lens, and then zoom in a little to make it easier for you to see. Now we need some lens tissue, and I will simply add some hydrogen peroxide and see if I can do anything about it. It could be. So let's see if it can go away. Then make the tissue wet with the hydrogen peroxide and simply move the tissue around here, and maybe sometimes it works, sometimes not. But will it be any better? I mean, it looks like the hydrogen peroxide is a bit acid, so and of course it will kill the fungus. But I mean, I can, if I use my rubber glove or a lens cloth, nothing would happen. But if I use the hydrogen peroxide on a light pressure, things will happen. So, and the exciting thing, when I wipe away the rest of the hydrogen peroxide and then do the actual clean, wow, it's simply gone. That was interesting. Can you see? I mean, you can see the other side here where there also is a lot of fungus, but this side where there was serious fungus is simply gone. Okay, that's absolutely interesting to me. Could it? I don't think I will do any more with this lens. How about that? I mean, the other side will be hopefully also good, but there isn't any signs there isn't any tracks of the old fungus which there was on the lens. Now, then we continue to the back here. It's I mean, the front, the front lens here, and see what we can do about it. Interesting. Now, if the retaining ring is too tight, then we need some, just wipe away the, then use some nail polish remover on a cotton bud. So I will do so. And doesn't have to be that much. Just let it suck in and then use it to soften the thread lock. It's the only thing the nail polish will do, which is really good. Just let it suck in and not too slow. I mean, it will soften the thread lock or the lacquer to just use my lens tool here. I think it's better to use the lens tool in some cases than use the rubber tool. It's safer. So add this on and hopefully, yeah, it comes free. It will be interesting, this thing. Maybe it's the way the lens has been stored, I guess so. So if there is, but there is really serious fungus here on the edge, as you can see here. and even if I scratch on it, nothing will happen. So let's the lens pop out, or you could just turn it a little, hopefully. No. So out it comes without any problem. So this is the way it looks, and this is the way the lens should be put in to the lens mount here. The inside here actually looks pretty good, so I will not do anything about it except blow some air into it. Let's have a look how it looks. And as you can see, yeah, well, there are some signs of yeah, there's some sign there. But let's do the actual front. Let's use a torch so you can see what's really going on here. It's really bad, but will it be good? Well, it depends. Now I need a stand for the actual lens, so it can stand in a safe place. Let's see, just do so. And now it's fine. And I think I will probably just do the inside first. No, the outside first. So, and then again use some hydrogen peroxide on a lens tissue. Let it suck in. And just move around, and maybe a light pressure. I mean, the coating is much stronger than you think it is, so therefore there's no, don't be worried about that you will damage the coating. It's made to last years. So okay. Has things improved? It looks like. Just give it another go. So, and use the other side to just wipe away the rest of it. Well, right now it looks better. I mean, much better. Where is the fungus actually? Well, it seemed there was something. And you see, the coating is there still, because the green, it was green before. The green color you can see is actually the coating. It's also the same on the other side. So we can just make the other side too, and do it again. And you maybe think, okay, you damaged the lens. No, I do not. Because what if you clean your lens with normal lens fluid, and you use a lens cloth, which is much harder and more aggressive to the lens surface? this is much better to a lens than you think it is. So we just do it again. Yeah. And then I will do the final cleaning with the lighter fluid, just to take any kind of whatever there should be. Okay. And there is something on the surface there, as you can probably see, and it's on the inside. There is tracks of some kind of fungus is on the inside. So okay, there. But maybe I could just let it stay a little with the lens tissue on with the hydrogen peroxide, and just put it aside for some minutes and see what we can do with the back lens group. So there you can see there is also some sorts of things inside. So let's have a look. And for that I will use the biggest of those rubber thingy here. Just put it on, and then we could have a better pressure on it by putting all the other inside, and then and off it comes. So here you see the back side of the actual aperture parts. So now let's have a look inside here. This lens element, I mean the back lens group, it cannot be taken apart because the lens is actually glued into the mount here. So there's not really much I can do except I can clean the lens surface, which I will do. And need a stand here. This one is fine. So let's see what it will be if I use some hydrogen peroxide and then put it on. So there. Has put a light pressure on it. So, and it looks fine. And then on the outside also use some so there, and take away the rest of it. Wow, looks great. We are not done yet, but it works pretty good with the hydrogen peroxide to actually clean a lens surface. Wow. But I will do the final cleaning with the Zippo. There are many brands of lighter fluid, so it could be extra or whatever. But then I will just put the lens tissue on and then add the lighter fluid. Oh, come on, is it empty? No, not yet. And then move around circles. So out. Wow. I mean, the lens surface looks like it's new. And we remember before it took it apart, it was not really good. Not at all. And then I will do the other side. And because there is a frame, a kind of a frame on it, in this lens mount, it could be a problem sometimes to make it good. And here we are. Sometimes I also use a normal lens cloth. I have one here. Some of those are pretty good for in some cases. Some other cases not good. So now let's have a look through this nice lens. There's still something on the back here, but it's from the actual lens cloth that is sometimes not so good. But the fungus, it's gone. Oh, there's just a small mark here on the back, which I actually made. But by using some lighter fluid, it should be gone. And now it's clean. So how about that? I mean, it turned out to be a big success. So I can simply just put this lens into the back of the lens housing and say goodbye, fungus. So, and use my rubber tool to simply tighten it, and here we are. There are some small tracks of scratch in the lens surface which I cannot do anything about. Now let's go back to the front and see how it will go if there was still anything fungus on. Maybe or maybe not. Sometimes it will not disappear, and so it is. No problem with that. And then I will do the final cleaning with a with some lighter fluid. Just wipe away the. It's not good, but it's much better than it was. So how will it go if I use the lighter fluid to do the final cleaning? It's an interesting thing. Okay. Now the lighter fluid, the hydrogen peroxide does one thing, and the lighter fluid does the next, the final. So the final cleaning is actually very important with the lighter fluid, because it will take away the rest of whatever is on the lens surface of not the coating, but the it could be some oil film or so there. So some kind of a damage or scratch in the lens surface. But it looks so much better than it was. Now it can actually be used to take photos with. How about that? Now and then I will just put the lens into place, its mount, and say that was it. So no small hairs come in, so it is there. Okay, there was something. So here we are. And then I can just add the retaining ring here. Click says, and then put the retaining ring on. And if one wants to actually lock the screw with something, they could, let's unscrew it again. One can use a bit of Loctite 243, or if your girlfriend or wife has any nail polish which is black, one can actually just add a tiny amount of nail polish which we can just do here. It also works really good. It stinks like, so one can actually just add it here. That's the amount you need to use. It doesn't have to use, I mean, too much. You also have to disassemble it again if it's necessary. And then I can just screw it in. And we are done. So, and tighten it. So, and here we are with a newly clean lens free from fungus. Now that's actually very important, and I mean very interesting to see. Okay, it can help. I mean, the back side here, there was really a lot, but there's nothing. So the only thing I will do is to put the lens back into the lens body. Okay, there was something on the back. So here we are. Oh, come on. Little lens. And then use the rubber tool with that pressure on it. And here we are. And that was actually that. So, I mean, the lens looks much better, except for some dust on the front. But now it's actually a lens that can be used to take photos with. So how does it look? Wow. That's amazing, huh? I mean, interesting every time I do this. So, and the the rest of the thing is to put the front plastic plate here on and click. And then we are done. Where's the rubber tool? Simply put it on and tighten the front plate. That's it. So if you want to actually clean your lens surface from fungus or something like that, it could be haze. It will be the same process, but that's it. That was all from me. So hope you enjoyed and can use the content. Bye bye.